What's going on, lads and lasses? The Premier League fixtures are out for the 24-25 campaign, and of course, Newcastle have got a pretty decent selection this time around for fixtures. Last season we got a really rough set of fixtures, but this season the fixtures look pretty kind, look pretty good, and we've got a nice little run of 5 games to start things off, as well as we take on Southampton on the opening day at St James's Park. So it'll be a return for players like Adam Armstrong and Ryan Fraser to St James's Park. Then of course we take on Bournemouth in our second game of the season. That'll be away down at Bournemouth's ground, of course. And that'll be a chance for another Eddie Howe Tyndall derby down, of course, on the south coast. And then, of course, our first real test, shall we say, in the season of one of the top lot, of course, of Tottenham will be our third game, but it will be at St James's Park. Then, of course, the fourth game of the first 5 will be, of course, against Wolves at the Molineux on the 14th of September. Then to finish off the first 5 games will be, of course, Fulham on the 21st of September down at Craven Cottage. So 2 away games to start off the September period of the season. Then, of course, we're real big test up against Manchester City on the 28th of September at St James's Park. Then we'll move into the October month of the season, of course, where we'll be taking on Everton on the 5th of October away at Goodison Park. 19th of October will see us take on Brighton Hove and Albion at St James's Park. Then on the 26th of October we will play Chelsea down at Stamford Bridge. Then head into November, where we'll be starting off the November period of the season with a home game on the 2nd of November against Arsenal. The 9th of November we'll see we'll make the trip down to the City Ground to take on Nottingham Forest. 23rd of November we'll see we play at St James's Park, of course, against West Ham. 30th of November we'll see we'll take the trip down to the capital to Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace. The December fixtures, of course, we'll see us kick off December on the 4th against, of course, Liverpool at St James's Park. The 7th of December we'll see us take on Brentford down in the capital at the J-Tech Community Stadium. On the 14th of December we will, of course, play at St James's Park against Leicester City. On the 21st of December we will, of course, be playing none other than Ipswich, newly promoted to the Premier League, just like Leicester. But it has been a little while since Ipswich were in the Premier League, and of course I would expect that game to be a really good one, an emotionally fueled one as well, because there's going to be a lot of respect there from both teams, of course, with both teams being managed by the late great Sir Bobby Robson, of course, and a true legend of the game. And I know the legend gets thrown around a lot these days, but you know, Bobby Robson really was a legend of the game. So that will be an interesting game when we take on Ipswich down at Portman Road on the 21st of December. Moving on to the 26th of December, Boxing Day, we will be playing at St James's Park on Boxing Day as we take on Aston Villa. That'll be a really good game to watch. I can't wait to see that. Of course, there's plenty of games here that I can't wait to see what we're doing. You know, it's going to be an interesting season. There's some really good fixtures, well-placed fixtures as well. And on the 29th of December, to see out 2024, we will be playing at Old Trafford against Manchester United. Then to kick off 2025, on the 4th of January, we will be playing down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as we take on Tottenham on the 4th of January. On the 15th of January, we will be playing Wolverhampton Wanderers, of course, at St James's Park, the reverse fixture of the 14th of September fixture that were played. And on the 18th of January, we will be, of course, taking on Bournemouth. It's St James's Park. 25th of January, we will be taking on Southampton down at St Mary's. On February's fixtures, of course, to kick off the February part of the season, we will be playing Fulham on the 1st of February. It's St James's Park. Then, of course, again, we will be taking on Manchester City on the 15th of February down at the Etihad. So that'll be an interesting one to see what happens in that game. And it will be a tough test for sure. To go to the Etihad, it always is a tough game. And on the 22nd of February, we'll be taking on Nottingham Forest at St James's Park. 26th of February, we'll be taking on Liverpool at Anfield, of course. And I forgot to mention earlier in the video, of course, this will be the first season that Liverpool have been without Jurgen Klopp as their manager. New Liverpool manager, of course, being Arne Slot, former Feyenoord manager, and of course, somebody that players, like Yankuba Minter will know how he plays, and I'm expecting Yankuba Minter as well to get a few games this season after the way he set the Dutch league alight last season as well. But 26th of February, down at Anfield, we'll be taking on Liverpool. On the 8th of March, the day after my birthday, we will be taking on West Ham down at the West Ham London Stadium, of course. And on the 15th of March, we'll be taking on Crystal Palace at St James's Park. And then that sets us up for the April month of the fixtures, where we will be taking on Brentford on the 2nd of April at St James's Park. 5th of April sees we'll take on Leicester down at the King Power Stadium. 12th of April sees we'll take on Man United at St James's Park. 19th of April sees we'll take on, of course, Aston Villa at Villa Park. And on the 26th of April, it says we take on Ipswich at St James's Park again. Sure to be an emotional game, and plenty of tributes to Sir Bobby Robson for sure. And on the 3rd of May, the last running fixtures, of course, we will be taking on Brighton down at the MX. And then, of course, Chelsea on the 10th of May. We'll be playing them at St James's Park. Arsenal on the 18th of May at the Emirates. And to see out the season for the first time in a while, Newcastle will be playing on the 25th of May at St James's Park against none other than Everton. So that is, of course, the fixtures for the 2024-25 Premier League campaign. The last 5 fixtures, of course, there being Ipswich, Brighton, Chelsea, Arsenal and Everton. I've got to say, that's a pretty decent run of fixtures. Then when you add in, the European games that some of these teams will have to play, we're looking at, Man City playing a European game around about the time that we'll have to play them in September. You've got, Liverpool playing a European game around about the time we'll have to play them in December. You've got other teams in there as well, so it's going to be an interesting one. There's every chance that we can go, with a really good run of form to begin with as well, with them first 5 fixtures that I mentioned earlier in the video, of course, against Southampton to kick off the campaign, then Bournemouth, then Tottenham, Wolves, and of course Fulham. So in them first 5, you would expect we to get at least a win against Southampton, Bournemouth, Wolves and Fulham. See what we can do against Tottenham, but it's going to be an interesting season. It's going to be a very good season. It's a much better set of fixtures than we had to deal with last season. I mean, it was very congested last season, the fixtures, and we had a very tough run of Premier League fixtures as well. A lot of the teams like, Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, all tightly congested together. But this season, it's not like that. You look at May and you get, Chelsea and Arsenal. You look at you look at December and you do get Liverpool and Man U, but they are spaced apart this time around. So they're nicely spaced. They're not too congested in 1 month, which is nice. It gives you a chance to have a little bit of a breather and gives you a chance, to be able to go at the league a little bit better this season as well. And we're still yet to see, what we're saying in this transfer window. We've only had the one signing so far, two if you count the Lewis Hall deal, of course. So two signings so far of Lewis Hall and Lloyd Kelly, so there's still plenty of time left in this transfer window to be able to bring in some more new signings, so that could help with even more. But looking at them fixtures, I'm not really disappointed. To be honest, I'm pretty excited by them fixtures, and they look really good. Every chance that we can actually have a proper run at the league this season, and especially if we're not being in Europe as well, does give with that chance. Like I said, last season, if we didn't get Europe, then it wasn't the be all and end all of it. We would still have every chance of then, planning an assault on the Premier League, planning an assault on the cups. And with these fixtures that we've gotten here, there's every chance that we can do something fantastic next season. Every chance that we can do something fantastic in this Premier League campaign coming up. And of course, see what we can do in the leagues, and see what we can do in the cups as well. Let us know anyway down in the comments below what your thoughts are on these fixtures. Like I say, they're pretty decent fixtures, but let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you think we've got a good run? Do you think we've got a tough run? Let us know, down in the comments below. Anybody that isn't a Newcastle United fan as well, what do you think of your fixtures? What you've got. Let us know about that down in the comments below. And if you can, please hit a like on the video as well. So of course, that helps to support the channel moving forward. And also hit that subscribe if you haven't done it yet, or if you're new around here, because I'm trying to get 2.5k subscribers, and we have had a little bit of a boost in subscribers of late, but we're still quite a bit off getting to that 2.5k, and then of course getting to the target. What I'm trying to reach, of course, would be to reach at least 10k subscribers, before the end of the year if we can. But till next time, I'll see you all later, and however that.